If you've been asking for a sign, this is the answer. This is not just a message, but a divine appointment with your own becoming. Isn't that wonderful? Good morning. Today's Sacred Sync is for July 3rd, 2025. But remember, if you arrived on another day, trust the timing because the energy, the signs, and the message have all waited just for you. So, welcome everyone. Thank you so much. Again, it is very early in the morning because I'm dealing with the heat. and I'm a and I'm a softie when it comes to the heat. I don't like it. Anyway, I don't do well with it. So, thank you so much for coming in. I appreciate everyone coming in. We have changed the Sacred Sync from every day to Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay. But I added 3 hero series, so I hope y'all are watching those. Those are really good. Those are for my astro babies, people who love astrology, and even if you don't know astrology and you just kinda you're intrigued by it, right? So, it's very, very easy. You can follow along. This is the way I've wanted to do astrology for decades. For decades. People have asked me back in the day when I didn't do any YouTube, they would say, why don't you if everyone could, if all astrologers could talk about astrology and the planets the way that you do, I would understand. So it gets too technical, and I brought it back to everyone. So thank you so much for watching those. I really appreciate it. I hope you're gaining information for yourself. So because it's part of your becoming, right? So if you've never seen me before, we will do an opening affirmation. This is to direct us as the flow comes through us, this vibration. This is a particular vibration. There's millions of vibrations, right? But this is a particular one. Actually, there's more than millions, but this is a particular one that shows your abundance. This is where your dreams are. This is where your abundance is. This is where life happens easily, calmly, without effort, the way you always known it to be in your core self. That's what this vibration is, and you can see it. Um, you'll see it in your life unfolding. You really will. You can look back at the other sacred things. You can see where people have told their stories. Things are happening for them, and that's why if you haven't seen the others, go look at the others because all it does is open that vibration for you. Okay, so here we go very quickly. Enough of my babbling. Take a deep breath in. You can put your one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, um, and just accept the energy. Let it flow through you. That's all you have to do. And if that doesn't feel comfortable, then don't do that. Okay, you can say it with me, after me, or just close your eyes and soak it in. So here we go. Deep breath in. I am open to Spirit's gentle guidance. I trust what is meant for me will rise to meet me. I am ready to remember, ready to receive, ready to rise. And so it is. All right. As usual, I've already meditated, opened up my chakras, as it's really supposed to be said, but I always say chakras. Um, and I've shuffled the cards, so I'm just going to cut them here in front of you. As we allow this energy to flow, let's see what messages our higher selves, our help on the other side, and other beings here to help us, like angels. See what the energy, first card is the energy, the full energy, the main theme. I couldn't think of the word. I start channeling and I forget words. Wow. All right. This is one of my favorite cards. So today we have the sun. There is a spotlight on you today, right? Today is that energy where you can't go wrong. Like you can never go wrong in my eyes, but you feel and you see that you can never go wrong. I see that some of you get the attention that you didn't. I feel like you get the attention that you've always wanted, or thought you should have, which you should have. And today you'll see that like people are really looking at you, honoring you. Things are going your way. Like you can't go wrong, right? This energy is here to clear some things up for you. I do feel that. I feel like all of a sudden the fog is lifting and you know where to go and things are actually on the move, like it's happening for you. Does that make sense? So congratulations. I'm seeing the sun very brightly look on you, if you can see that. Maybe I'll put it over here so you guys can see that. But see the sun? He's not just looking on you, he's shining on you so that people can see you, if that makes sense, right? Um, It is movement. It is energy that's going to be taking action. It's like the ball's rolling. That's all I can say. Okay. You can still feel the cloud in the background. You can still feel the clouds. You can still feel where like, there's other things I have to do, but that's not even going to be like the focus today. Today it's going to be very clear. Things are going to happen. Things are going to go your way. I see people finding pennies and like, yeah, I am lucky today, right? Like that energy. Um, yeah, I see things happening for you that like everything lined up so that you could have that moment to like, I don't know, like I see a spark in you, like, wow. I'm seeing where some of you are like, this is actually true. This stuff is actually true. It is true. It is true. And it's not coming from the world, it's coming from you. You are that magical. I want you to know that. I hope that you understand that. The magic comes from within you. It's just mirroring you, reflecting you outside of you. But that's who you really are. Okay, so what is the challenge? Yeah, what's the challenge or the gift? So here we go with the Six of Swords again. I think that some of y'all, because you're not used to being in this energy where things actually happen, where you're standing up for yourself, where you're not allowing people to cross your boundaries, where you're, um, yeah, finding your confidence, finding your strength, not finding it, having it, right? I think as that happens, and yes, you have these moments where you're like, wow, this stuff really does work. It really is that way. It is, right? Because it's showing you. But as that happens, we have a tendency all of our lives to get into that space and then get out of it, right? We get into it, we get out of it. That's part of us being human. We can get into a vibration and then we can get out of it. You are actually trying to anchor this with this Six of Swords. That's a gift of you understanding that you're not in fight or flight anymore. Things aren't happening against you anymore, or that's the way you're not perceiving it that way anymore. And what you're realizing is that you have come through like you knew you came through a lot, but you actually are understanding that you navigated this, right? And it was in a way that other people did not do it. You did it your way, right? And so as you're anchoring this energy, as you're coming to understand that it doesn't have to go anywhere, you don't have to like have it and then lose it and have it and then lose it. You're learning to ground it. You're learning to be in it. You're learning to trust yourself and have faith in yourself. And that is a gift. The challenge is your old habits coming back and saying, well, what if I didn't do it right? Well, what if I make the wrong choice or what? But those are old habits, right? And so that could be a challenge that you're wanting to go back into that. You're going to be calling that in. Well, usually I'm giving you an example. Usually I get to a point and then it gets all taken away and then it messes up and then it da da da, or somebody always comes in and da da da, or whatever stories you tell yourself. That can be a challenge to like, I haven't said this in a long time, but when I coach people, um, as a spiritual advisor, I used to tell them to put the stop sign up. So whenever you find yourself into, you know, your mind going that way, your feelings going in a way like down the rabbit hole, or just the bad habits that have held you back for so long. Anytime you kind of start having those thoughts, I want you to put up in your mind's eye a big stop sign, a big red stop sign. And as soon as your mind starts going that way, just bring up that stop sign and say stop and redirect your attention. Okay. Now, I haven't said that in a long time, so I guess some people need to hear that, but that can be the challenge where you're wanting to go back, or maybe you're like, did I dream all that? Did I really get through that? Did I, just kind of self-doubt, I guess. And this is where it can be a challenge because your old habits, and it's a habit until it's not a habit anymore, and then the new truth becomes your truth, right? So, this today, the gift is that you see it. The gift is that whatever comes your way, you understand that you're navigating it and you don't have to be in fight or flight. You are so experienced, so knowledgeable, you have a lot of wisdom, whether it's from this lifetime or not, you have other lifetimes. But you have a lot of wisdom, so it's almost like muscle memory. You're finally making it muscle memory and not actually staying in the state. I hope that makes sense. Like, instead of looking for something wrong all the time, you're getting into the space where it doesn't matter. I've already done that before. So if somebody comes at me or something happens, I already know how to get out of that one. I don't even have to, like, it's not a big deal, right? In the past, it may have been a big deal. It's not a big deal because you already have experience in it. That makes sense. That's the challenge. That's the gift. The other gift is that you'll see how easy it flows. Look at this water. Even though these swords, you have navigated through these swords, right? You have light, you have the moon, you have your emotions connected to you. So it's an easier time. You're coming into an easier phase. You're learning to work with the energy and not against it. Okay? Congratulations. Look at you, Sun and the Six of Swords. That's awesome. Okay, so what must you embody, or what must we embody, or what actions must we take? Yeah, this is along the same lines of, because this is the Five of Pentacles. This is along the same lines of um, realizing and changing your perspective. We've had this card before. I've told you about this card. You see that she's on the outside looking in, like she's like, why? I want that so badly. She's out in the cold, right? I want that so badly. I want to be able to feel comfort, feel ease, feel abundance. All this is abundance to her. All this is ease. All this is comfort. She's out in the cold and she's looking in, and we're assuming, right? We're assuming that there's a fire, that everything's good, that it's nice and warm. And I see this card very differently than a lot of people see this card when I'm channeling. Sometimes I see it as it is, but in this instant, I'm seeing it as her taking a moment, looking outside into the world that she's creating and realizing it is not separate from her. She's actually admiring it and saying, I've done a good job. I am in a good place. That is what we must embody, right? We must let go of that. To me, instead of her seeing it outside and she's looking into someone else's house, I see her in this card, in this instant, her looking at her life and appreciating and really saying, I did it. Okay. That to me is the Five of Coins in this position today. So as you take a look around, as the magic is happening, take a moment to cherish it. Take a moment to appreciate it. Take a moment to understand that you did this. It was you. It was always you. All right, my beautiful ones. Now, let's anchor this. Let's have this flow through. Let's understand the magic that we have within ourselves. And let's close this with an affirmation. I choose alignment over fear. I trust the flow of my day. I am guided. I am supported. I am enough. And so it is. All right, my beautiful one. If what I said today about reclaiming your worth, understanding it, resonating, Go back and watch the Souls Path episode, which I did yesterday. And I'll have it connected here so that you guys can watch it. This is really understanding your like north node, south node, the point that you were born with. And there's a powerful message about the north node that completes this, that kind of helps you understand. Okay. All right, my beautiful ones. Have a great, wonderful day. Love you, love you, love you. See you tomorrow. Or actually, I'll see you tomorrow in a different video, but Sacred Sync is on Tuesdays. Bye.